What's good? What's good? All right, we back at it. Sorry, man. There you go. That's a better angle. What's good with everybody? Happy today. And yes, Dillian Whyte did get knocked the fuck out. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. What's good to everybody in the chat? Let's say what's up to everybody. Travis touchdown in the building. What's going on, man? You stopped by earlier, man. Thank you for stopping by. Brothers UK, what's good? Awesome 5920. What's going on, man? Mr. Shelton. Mel Brazil, what's good? Nuke Juice in the building. I'm with Pamper Bob. I don't know if Glassjaw AJ makes it past Pulev. Dog, it just tells you, man, what's going on with that. What's going on with all that yap these cats talking about. Hold on, let me do something. There you go. That's what I was looking for. I was like, why is everything off? I lifted this up. So, oh yes, he did. Yeah, he did get laid off. So 600 days. We'll wait for some people to come up into the chat before we go all the way there, man. But gotta love it, dude. But as you know, man, let me go on. I gotta go on Biggie Smalls. If you guys see me go on Biggie Smalls mode every once in a while, that's because I got like a little pain in the back of my mouth, and I've got to I might mess. I don't want to reach inside my mouth in front of y'all. So if it goes like this, Biggie, you get the Biggie. All right. So what's up, everybody else, man? Matt Rainey in the building. Bronx on decks. What's going on? Drew Titan in the building. Jimmy Bernard, Terry Schmoot. Marlon Green, Zach B. Gun-toting Democrat, Neo XL Bay. What's going on, man? Jesus Christ follower. What's going on with you, man? Ohio runs boxing in the building. Yes, they do. Hey, look, man, I think your boy's ducking. I think Terrence Crawford is ducking these cats because he might be afraid to get Dillian Whyte. Getting Dillian Whyted. Dillian Whyted. We're gonna wait till we get 100 in here before we really start getting into it. Hey, what's going on? Salute, Fannon. I'm in South Africa, the motherland. Hey, man, what's up, Mr. Jeb Hughes? I got married. I got my honeymoon was in Cape Town, man, right near that what is that, Table Mountain? Is that Table Mountain in the middle of Cape Town? We were staying like right behind Table. Well, we could see Table Mountain with all them fucking clouds coming off that mountain. It's beautiful, man. Love South Africa. Was really fun. Someone wake him up and tell him no longer mandatory. Yeah, dude. All of that is over with, man. And see, that's what you get, dude. See, all of this shit is what's his name's fault, man. Eddie Hearn. Man, Eddie just trying to fight. Dude, will you make the fights, man? Like, can after having watched this whole, he said, yep, Table Mountain, brother. Yep, Table Mountain, man. I stay right behind Table Mountain. I would say I stayed close to Table Mountain, but I can't remember because it's a fucking mountain. So, you always look close to it. Gillian got shot. Oh, man. That was a woo. Justin Deloche looked good at welterweight. What do you think of a matchup between him and Crawford? I have to see the fight. I would take sorry about that. I'd have to look at Justin Deloche more, but really, I doubt I have to look more at that. I'm not going to give it an answer. I'm not going to give an answer to that. Because I really don't know. I'd have to look at Justin Deloche more closely, and I wouldn't want to give, off the top of my head, I would say, nah, man, he ain't beating Crawford. But I don't know, man. That the fight with Dillian Whyte made me think differently about Crawford. What's going on, Southern T Boxing? Really did make me think differently about Crawford because he's doing the same type of shit that Dillian Whyte was doing, turning down a bunch of fights, turning down fight after fight, and he fucking around, turned around and got knocked out. So, I mean, and it was pretty apparent, like, because I've been saying for a while that I thought Dillian Whyte was going to eventually get knocked out. Because I just don't think he's that good. I don't want to, I'm not going to get over complicated in analyzing him. He just doesn't look that good, man. Matter of fact, none of those dudes look that good. What's going on, Mario Foster? None of them look that good, man. None of them, right? Povetkin doesn't look that good. Joseph Parker, Takam, Chisora, White. Dude, what it looks like to me is that those are a bunch of dudes that Matchroom was, because they're all fighting under the same Matchroom banner. Eddie Hearn is making pay-per-views for them and having them fight each other. So since they're all, roughly around the same skill level, any one of them can beat the other, but none of the motherfuckers are world beaters, man. I thought Joseph Parker lost to Huey Fury, And then Alexander Povetkin beat Huey Fury easy money, too. I'm pretty sure, wasn't that the last guy that Povetkin fought? Let me make sure, because I don't want to quote that wrong. Much love in that super chat. Dave Williams in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for your support, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. No 10 count for White? No, you mean no 10 counting. Wake up! Wake up! He needed Jack Reese there, huh? He needed Jack Reese because he was up. No count. The way he hit and laid out, no count. Same way Tyson Fury got hit, laid out. But Jack Reese gave him a count, dog. Hey, man, look, let me tell you something right now. I do not care about Vito, okay? I don't care about Vito, man. I ain't trying to hear nothing about some new up-and-coming cats coming. Isn't Vito like that 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old kid fighting that put on that fight card? Isn't that who Vito is? He said Fury was out longer. You know how it goes. Dude, they've all been knocked out, dog. Every one of those heavyweights, dude, every one of the heavyweights in the UK, they've all been knocked out, dude. All of them. Which is why, when Larry Holmes said, no, not that one. Hold on. Let me see. Somebody beat Fury, and I was like, dude looked like Alexander Povetkin beat him. Yeah. Alexander Povetkin did beat him. He beat him. Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter, he got the split decision after he had beaten Huey Fury. He got the split decision after he beat Huey Fury. So it was Huey Fury, then Michael Hunter. But all of those dudes are the same. Yeah, Terry Schmoot, he fought both. He fought Povetkin, then he fought Michael Hunter. Well, I don't count what? It's me. Fury definitely got a 10 count, but it looked like he was faking. Man, he didn't look like he was faking. That motherfucker looked like, man, come on, man. He did. Come on, man. Stop. He looked like he got his ass faking. No, he got his ass knocked the fuck out. And then they counted. If most people that hit the ground, like when they don't break their fall, they stop the fight. Right on the way, because he didn't even break his fall. He was just, yeah, but Michael Hunter beat his. I don't want to give a shit. Michael Hunter beat Alexander Povetkin, man. Someone timed you out for that one. He said, my bad. Gun-toting Democrat. Dillian is the only 600 to 1,000 day fake mandatory I've ever seen to lay down on the job, get caught sleeping. He was definitely sleeping on the job, man. He need to get written up for that. He needs to get written up for that. But it's all of this stuff, man. But I mean, those dudes are overrated, man. Like, they got their press is running these dudes over so much. Yeah, exactly. Hubble Telescope said, I've been telling people when you're knocked unconscious like Fury or White, the fight should be stopped. Yeah, Dude, that fight would have been stopped if it wasn't Tyson. Two Tyson Fury fights would have been stopped if it wasn't Tyson Fury. The Otto Violin fight would have been stopped if it wasn't Tyson Fury. And Tyson and Deontay Wilder, the first Deontay Wilder fight would have been stopped if they didn't give favorable treatment to Tyson Fury. So in my book, they've all been knocked out. All of them are susceptible to being knocked out. So when Larry Holmes says none of these guys can fight and they all suck, maybe we should start thinking that maybe he's telling the truth, man. That these big fat ass heavyweights, these big fat ass UK heavyweights, some motherfuckers are not that good. They just are all fighting each other, and they're all putting out a bunch of press for each other. Other than that, every one of these dudes can lose, man. Every one of them, dog. And Tony Bellew, of all motherfuckers, Tony Bellew, Deontay Wilder. I mean, what do you say? Dillian Whyte. How do you say? Is it Whyte? Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte will be a heavyweight champion. But Deontay Wilder, he would have already been a heavyweight champion already. But Deontay Wilder was running around fighting bums for 200 of the days that he was the number one ranked. 800 days he's fighting bums. He fought Tyson Fury twice, and he fought Luis Ortiz twice. And he managed to not get knocked unconscious from an uppercut. Dillian's head got stretched. He said, Missile said Wilder been hated by these dudes for a long time. Yeah, man, they've been hating on Wilder for a long time, but now they're all exposed. Dude, you guys are a bunch of fucking, those dudes they're not bums. But dog, get the fuck out of here with this. Dude, he fought Marius Wach. He just got knocked out by 40-year-old Alexander Povetkin. And I know I heard motherfuckers talking about how old Luis Ortiz is. Let me see. Who's old? How old is Alexander Povetkin? 40 years old, September 2nd, 1979. He's a 70s baby. Ain't that a bitch? And he turns 41 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in 10 days. He turns 41 in 10 days. And he knocked you the fuck out. And he knocked you out. 41, and it's not like you beat a 41-year-old. You remember that? When Dillian Whyte was talking shit and talking about how Deontay Wilder was beating old men and beat up an old Luis Ortiz. You got knocked out by somebody my age. I think I was in high school with Alexander Povetkin. Creole by grandpa, dog. No doubt about it. Umix said Wilder will KO Alexander in the third round. He's too slow. You know what else is interesting? All the stuff that went on with that belt, man. All the stuff that went on with the gloves. That was one of the more interesting things that took place this weekend. That Alexander Povetkin was not allowing him to cheat with no fucking gloves. Stuck his hand in the gloves, like just making sure there's some fucking padding in here. Cause y'all ain't sleeping. Y'all ain't gonna do me like that, man. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Wilder's team should have been that aware. Nah, dog. Look, Wilder's team couldn't be more aware. Because all the shit with the gloves came off Tyson Fury's cheating ass. Except for, replacing the gloves, though, and changing the gloves up. That was actually the, what's his name? What's the fighter's name he fought? Damn. Rivas, Oscar Rivas. Yeah. Yeah, man, let's get the likes, man. Look, we got 300 people in the building. We got 143 likes, man. Let's get the likes up. Let y'all sit on this. Because what Dillian Whyte and y'all didn't show. Where's the Dillian Whyte fans at, man? Oscar Rivas says, thank you, Just the Blogger. Seriously though, now we got 300 people in the building. Let's get the 300 likes. Hey, yo, UK fans, y'all was feeling real sick, weren't you? Like, just all of a sudden, it was just a regular fight. Dillian Whyte beating old man. Povetkin looking slow. Nah, he ain't got any fans, but, you know, they'll fake it. They've got bots. He's got Hearn bots. He doesn't have a lot of fans, but he's got Hearn bots. He couldn't have that many fans because there's way too many people happy. There's way too many people. He said, Fannon, a lot of haters. A part of the viewership. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, this viewership? I mean, dude. Oh, so if you go to the Zone page, most of the comments are about Wilder. Look, man, Dillian Whyte's whole career is about Wilder. Their whole career is about Wilder. All these dudes' shit been built up off Wilder. All of them. Tyson Fury's, everything about Tyson Fury is Deontay Wilder. Everything else, everything about Tyson Fury is Deontay Wilder. Everything. It ain't got, if there is any significant popularity to Tyson Fury, which I doubt that there is, it's about Deontay Wilder. It's his fight with Deontay Wilder. Dillian Whyte nobody gives a shit about Dillian Whyte if it's not Deontay Wilder. Because he spent from 2017 all the way up to he spent 3 years, 3 straight years talking shit about Deontay Wilder, ducking him. For 3 years, he's been claiming Deontay Wilder's ducking him. Duck me, he's ducking me, he's ducking me, he's ducking me. Everybody's afraid of me. They're all afraid of me. Then he gets his ass knocked out, and he's like, it's no big deal. It's just an uppercut, small adjustment. I just know the next time I fight him to expect the uppercut. You got your ass knocked out, and Alexander, and you don't deserve no rematch with Alexander Povetkin. Who even knew that people for non-title fights were doing rematch clauses? Like, he has a rematch clause for a non-title fight. But you don't get a rematch for the mandatory. The mandatory is fucking gone. Bye-bye, mandatory. Bye-bye. You know who's going to get that mandatory? What's that dude's name? Usyk. Wait to see what they're going to do. How they going to give Alexander Usyk that WBC. How are they going to give him that WBC title shot, dog? Because I heard Alexander Povetkin is thinking about fighting Usyk. Like, hey, man, let's do the fight in Russia. Usyk versus, because now he's a heavyweight champion, ain't he? For a bunch of second tier fighters, man. MHA, now Wilder can fight AJ after the Fury fight. AJ ain't going to fight Deontay Wilder after that fight. He's not going to fight him after that fight. I thought it was for the ESPN belt. Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was for the ESPN belt. Wouldn't be surprised at all, man. Much love in that super chat from General Squirrel said, Weirdo told me that PED Vetkin hit harder than Wilder. Look, dude. That's the rule, General Squirrel. Anything that anybody does well in the heavyweight division, they did it better than Deontay Wilder. There's always going to be an explanation for why Dillian Whyte will get knocked out by Alexander Povetkin. A guy, who was the last, let me see, when was the last big knockout from Povetkin? This motherfucker got one knockout against glass-jawed David Price. That was his last knockout in 4 years. He is only knocked out. Look. Christian Hamer found a way to go the distance with Alexander Povetkin, dog. Andre Rudnetko found a way to go the distance with Alexander Povetkin. But look at how I'm telling you, these dudes are I'm telling you, dude, these guys are straight up middle of the road ass dudes, man. Marcus Wack is on Povetkin's record. Didn't Dillian Whyte just fight Marius Watch? You have Christian Hamer, who fought. Yeah, these are a bunch of rehashed, bunch of recycled ass dudes, man. With the exception of the gift decision that he got with Michael Hunter, dude, because Michael Hunter beat that dude. Michael Hunter beat Alexander Povetkin. And Alexander Povetkin is not going to fight Deontay Wilder because he will die an early death. Ain't no way Alexander Povetkin is getting in the ring with Deontay Wilder. Alexander Povetkin is going to sell that fame to Alexander Usyk and go and take an L to Alexander Usyk and then go back and be a hero in the UK, in Russia. Just State to Get My Cash said, you see what Dana said about Oscars come back? Yeah, cocaine's really expensive. It's an expensive drug, dog. Very expensive drug. Christian Hamer went the distance with Luis Ortiz, too. Yeah, he did. Let's see how many people have knocked out Christian Hamer. Christian Hamer went the distance with Tyson Fury. Povetkin, that's all he's ever. Oh no, he lost. Yeah, he got knocked out by Marius Wack earlier in his career. God dang, how long was this motherfucker inactive? Crazy. Christian Hamer, the dude that got cheated by Tyson Fury, 32-year-old German heavyweight. My man, Drew Titan in the super chat said, Usyk and Povetkin in Ukraine dump White. Yeah, might as well. Dude, Dillian Whyte is done. Dillian Whyte is completely done because there's no coming back off of getting knocked out. You guys laid out the rules. Why should he waste his time? Why should Alexander Povetkin? First of all, what are they rematching for? They don't hold belts. They're not a talent. They're not champions. So why is there a fucking rematch? Okay? Like, why would you, what are you holding Alexander Povetkin to? If I don't fight Dillian Whyte, I'm going to lose the WBC interim title. What am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? What he's going to do is get a bunch of money out there in Russia fighting Alexander Usyk and telling Dillian Whyte to kick rocks, sit on that L. Not giving you no other shot at that fight. Rematch clause. And then the WBC said that they're not filling that vacancy anytime soon. So Dillian is just ass out. He just ass out. Don't nobody need to fight you. Ain't nobody really wanting to fight you. All of the shit you put on Deontay Wilder, y'all UK dudes put on Deontay Wilder, put all that shit right on top of Dillian Whyte. You named it. Okay? There is no coming back. Now, if it was in the United States, see, I can say that Dillian Whyte can make a comeback. But you guys can't say that. Because when Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, you said his career is over. No need to see the rematch. Gone about your way. That's it. Let's get Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Let's get it going now. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't want to hear jack shit about fights involving Dillian Whyte in anybody. Dillian Whyte in anybody. Okay? He need to go the way of Luis Ortiz. Nobody wants to mention his name. Nobody will talk to him. And he got knocked out the exact same way, except for a guy that does not tote that type of power. So please, do not tell me nothing about Dillian Whyte in the rankings, any of that crap. And I just can't wait to find out how Ring Magazine, I can't wait to hear how Ring Magazine is going to keep Dillian Whyte in the rankings. Can't wait. See, that's what you get for putting Dillian Whyte. That's what they get for putting Dillian Whyte as the number 3. Didn't Ring Magazine have that? Let me see. I know the Ring Magazine said this. And this is why you shouldn't. Well, where are these boys at? Let me see. Let's see. Where did they have good old Dillian? At number 2. The number 2 heavyweight was Dillian Whyte. Guess that makes Deontay Wilder the number 2 heavyweight now, right? Ring. And when Tyson Fury gets his ass knocked out, the fuck y'all gonna do next? Because I'm sitting around gonna wait for Tyson Fury to get knocked out, dog. Because the shit's happening. I'm telling you, like I told y'all about Dillian Whyte, his ass is getting knocked out. And I don't want to hear no shit about it's just the heavyweight division. No, it ain't just the heavyweight division. Muhammad Ali went his whole career without getting knocked out with an uppercut from a fucking bum, okay? From a 40-year-old, okay? Ali went his whole career without getting canned like that. Whole career, okay? And Vander Holyfield went his whole career without getting canned like that. Dig up? Whole career, dog, without getting blipped like that, dude. All right? Whole career. And if it happened to him once, it didn't happen to him twice. George Foreman got knocked out by Muhammad Ali. Never saw his ass get spun like that again, dog. Dillian Whyte's been knocked the fuck out twice. He's tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs twice. Double knockouts, double PED tests. Got knocked out by another guy that failed 2 PED tests. Like, it's a fucking sham, dude. All that shit is a sham. I'm sorry, dude. Way too many cats playing with gloves. You got playing with gloves. You got therapeutic use exemptions. And even with the therapeutic use exemptions in the UK, they still find a way to pop dirty, dog. There has not been a top UK heavyweight that has not either tested positive or been knocked the fuck out. I'm having fun with it, dog. Seriously. I'm having good fun with this. Black Samurai in the building said, had to come in and show some love. Can't wait to become a 2-time. I can't wait to become a 2-time champion. Yes, sir. Nuke Juice said, Lillian Whyte versus Paige. Damn. Van Zandt in bare knuckle brawling, dog. I haven't seen Paige Van Zandt, but I'll keep a lookout for it. But look, him and you know who they need to make a fight with? Dillian Whyte versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Dillian Whyte versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller. And you know what is funny about Jarrell Big Baby Miller? He got popped for PEDs twice. Dillian Whyte got popped for PEDs twice. Jarrell Big Baby Miller is still undefeated last time I remember. So he ain't been knocked out twice. So, dude, really? You need to put Dillian Whyte below what's his face? Big Baby Miller. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, dog. Put him right below Jarrell Big Baby Miller in the rankings. Because, dog, he lost to a 40-year-old dude, got slept, dog. That has to affect you, dog. You can't think this dude is Alexander Povetkin, dog. Alexander Povetkin, you got slipped by a 40-year-old. Slept by a 40-year-old. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for the support. Black Samurai said, I can't wait to see Wilder become a 2-time champ. That's cool. I just thought you were Deontay Wilder and Hyde. And I was like, damn, Black Samurai is Deontay Wilder. I didn't know, but I know now. And I did miss a $10. There's a yellow super chat. I got it. Yes, sir. I got it. Cool. That's what's up. Thank you guys so much. Much love and the support, man, and the super chat, man. Jesse Kumba said Dillian is going to have to wait another 1,000 days. Dog, he ain't getting that shit in 1,000 days, Holmes. Like, no, because they were trying to get rid of his ass. Dude, they were trying to get rid of him. They were trying to get rid of him. Dillian had become expendable as soon as Deontay Wilder lost because they didn't need him to be a bodyguard anymore. They didn't need the bodyguard anymore for AJ. So Tyson Fury saying, "Oh, Eddie Hearn is using Dillian Whyte as a bodyguard for Anthony Joshua." Man, shut your ass up, Tyson Fury. You got a rematch clause. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody bodyguarding. Dillian Whyte ain't bodyguarding Anthony Joshua from you. You got a rematch clause, man. Fuck you talking about? You got a rematch clause. You got to fight Deontay Wilder. Shut up and go fight Deontay Wilder. Then talk shit if you win. If you don't win, wake your ass up and get the fuck on. You know what I mean? But what is Tyson Fury talking about? Dillian Whyte was a bodyguard. Man, only person Dillian Whyte ever protected Anthony Joshua from was Deontay Wilder. And that was because I couldn't figure out for the life of me why this dude is even relevant, man. Like, you can't tell me you think Dillian Whyte is some great fighter. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't. There's no way, dog. I know I ain't the most, like, I'm not going to break down fights like and sound like Buddy McGirt while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So, like, some things I can see with my eyes, but I really can't explain very well with my mouth, right? Like, I see Dillian Whyte walking around with his hands like this, and I do see him up against the ropes with his guard like this. His guard wasn't even like this. His guard was like this. That shit was wide open up the middle. It was like this. You know what I mean? So, but I've been saying, dude, the dude is not that good. You guys can't, he doesn't have devastating fucking power. You call him the body snatcher, but and he does throw some heat on the body shot, but there's just nothing fucking special about him, dude. He's not particularly athletic. He doesn't hit particularly hard. He doesn't have particularly good defense. What is it about it? I mean, I was like, what is it about this dude? There's nothing special about him, man. Nothing. Nothing. It was Deontay Wilder. It was because you could hold up Deontay Wilder. He's the one. Oh, so that's the bodyguard. So Dillian Whyte's job was to keep asking for a Deontay Wilder fight that he turned down, by the way. And here's on to the Terrence Crawford part, man. I got a video coming up about it later today. Maybe I'll release it. Maybe I won't. But because I know I'm in trouble with a lot of y'all Bud fans. I know some of y'all want to come get me. But it's just one of these. It's just, sorry, dog. You got to get, hey, man, we only got 240 likes. We got 500 people in the building, man. Why y'all do me like that, man? Come on, man. Let's get the likes up, man. It's 2. Can we get the likes over 500? Let's get the likes over 500. I'm going to stay on this page so I can harass people about likes. It's fun. Unbiased perspective. The same body shot with the left hand after the straight right was what got his ass whooped. That is the punches that landed. What got his Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew was like, Dillian Whyte will be another champion. He blamed Dillian Whyte for not being champion, not for getting his ass knocked out. He said Dillian Whyte would have been champion. He's been waiting. He's been number one for 1,000 days, and Deontay Wilder was fighting nobody but bums for 800 of them. Like, dude, should we fucking stop lying, Tony Bellew? Stop lying, man. Dude, Dillian Whyte got knocked out before. Deontay Wilder ain't got nothing to do with his ass getting knocked out or him not being a champion. He might have been a champion if he would have beaten Anthony Joshua. The reason that he ain't no fucking champion is because Anthony Joshua knocked his ass out in the only real title fight his ass ever had. which is what? For the Commonwealth belt. All that shit talking, he has fought for one title. The British Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship, in which he got his ass knocked the fuck out by Anthony Joshua. If you want to blame anything for this motherfucker not being a champ, name him for getting his ass knocked the fuck out. Okay? And he got gifts. And don't act like his ass ain't got some gifts. Because I think Joseph Parker beat his ass. Tell you the truth. I thought he got a gift with Joseph Parker, man. Thought he got a gift. But hey, man, just get him, pick him up, and have him fight Carlos Takam. Dion W., Fannon, did you catch the Porter fight? I did. Porter whooped that boy's ass. It was just a mismatch. It was a mismatch with a guy that protected his chin well. But other than that, dude, he didn't try to win. He didn't try to win. He tried to survive, and he got beat up. But he did show me again, man. I'm telling you, man, that day, for now, you got me laughing hard at work, dog. What's going on in Ashley's Corner? I'm telling you, though, Bud, don't be no Dillian Whyte, dog. Don't have no Dillian hit in you. Because, you know, there's some similarities there. Both of those dudes refused to fight tough fights because they were looking for the big one, right? Dillian Whyte would not fight Luis Ortiz because he wanted to be named the mandatory. But if he would have fought Luis Ortiz, he would have got the Deontay Wilder fight. But he didn't want that fight, did he? No. Dominic Breazeale said he would fight him. Did he want that fight? No. No, he didn't. Kubrat Pulev, the guy that's fighting Anthony Joshua, there was a fight ordered with them. Did he want to fight him? No. He wouldn't fight Kubrat Pulev for an ordered fight. He wouldn't fight Luis Ortiz for a mandated fight. And he wouldn't fight Dominic Breazeale for a mandated fight. Instead, he fights guys like Oscar Rivas. Oscar Rivas, who made him look bad. And Oscar Rivas, who he had to cheat to beat. You guys are fraud, man. Eddie Hearn's a fraud, dog. Matchroom's fraudulent. Top rank is not top rank. I don't think Tyson Fury is a complete fraud, but he's a fucking cheater. Like, for real cheater. Like I don't want to hear no shit. He's very, very big. He's very big. He's a good boxer. I don't think he's going to get knocked out with an uppercut from a 41-year-old Alexander Povetkin. But he's dirty as shit for sure. Like, what would he be without being on juice? What can he fight like when he doesn't play with his gloves? You know, just kind of shady over there for you guys, man. You know what I mean? Like, Deontay Wilder lost, but he didn't get caught cheating. Never got caught cheating. How many times has Deontay Wilder tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs, people? 0. How many fighters do you have accusing Deontay Wilder of cheating? 0. Y'all some fucking cowards and some cheats. And Dillian Whyte got what the fuck he deserved. Got just what he deserved. When Bob Arum said that, he was right. He said, Dillian Whyte got what he deserved for fucking with Tyson Fury. Nah, dog, he got what he deserved for fucking with Deontay Wilder. And all that bad mouthing he gave Deontay Wilder. For 3 years, bad mouthing Deontay Wilder. 3 years of bad mouthing him. Constantly bad mouthing him. Trying to tear down the dude's value. Trying to build up his name on Deontay Wilder's back. But refused the opportunities that Deontay Wilder offered him for him to get a voluntary shot. Salute to you, Dillian Whyte. Sit on that L. Sit on that L, homie. Nobody has deserved one better in recent memory than you. Big Dog Willie. Fuck Dillian Whyte. No sympathy for me. Oh, man, Big Dog Willie, you are the subscriber of the day. Everybody give Big Dog Willie some applause. Big Dog Willie has been cursing Dillian Whyte every day for seems like a year. You've been killing him. Daily affirmation, fuck Dillian Whyte. Daily affirmation, fuck Dillian Whyte. It's like he was doing juju on you, but you really didn't need to do that much juju on his ass because he sucks. Fuck you motherfuckers, this goddamn blind dog, phony asses. Look, I just watched Ashley's Corner. What's good? I just got done watching Monster Inoue. I watched 2 Monster Inoue fights this weekend. Trust me, this is related to Dillian Whyte. I watched 2 Monster Inoue fights. I watched 2 Gervonta Davis fights. Let me assure you, there's no fucking comparison between the skill sets of those 2 guys. No comparison, dog. Gervonta Davis is far and away a more skilled fighter than Monster Inoue is. And the shit's not even fucking close. Okay? I'm watching them fight skill for skill. Skill for skill. There ain't no fucking comparison between the 2 of those dudes, dog. And I have a hard time believing you cats voting for his ass to be that high on the pound for pound list. Either don't know what the fuck you're looking at, or you ain't ever looked and you're lying. Because there's no comparison between the 2 of those dudes, man. None. Defensively, the only comparison between the 2 of them is Monster Inoue's right hand and Gervonta Davis's left hand. That's it. Because that's all Monster Inoue has. Monster Inoue has a big right hand. He's fast and he has a big right hand. He has 0 fucking defense. 0. His head movement, he does not change. He doesn't move his head this way. He doesn't move his head this way. He doesn't bring his head down this way. He has no upper body movement whatsoever. What he does is he walks the guy down and he's willing to take a guy's weaker straight right hand because those little ass dudes can't punch. And he's eating shots. I saw dude, he fought this dude. I was like, dude, how this motherfucker keeps eating shots? Eating shots. He winds up getting the knockout like a couple rounds later. But dude, it's several rounds, dude, to him getting hit with straight right hands, dog. Like, yap. Dude just fighting a Mexican fighter. Skilled Mexican fighter, moving on the outside or whatever. Boom. I think that fight might have went the distance. Because I didn't see the knockout. I think the fight might actually went the distance. But dude, just like Dillian Whyte, dog, you can't tell me you guys think this dude is that good a fighter, man. You can't, man. You can't. All y'all ranking that dude that high ain't got nothing to do with his fucking skills. Deontay Wilder didn't get... When have you seen Deontay Wilder get hit with an uppercut like that? Up against the ropes, just get his shit. Yeah. Fuck out of here, dude. Dillian Whyte is not as skilled as Deontay Wilder, by the way. Okay? That motherfucker ain't move. His defense ain't for shit. Okay? His defense ain't for shit. He gets hit with straight shots he gets hit with shots all the fucking time. He got no upper body movement. He lunges forward at people. He tries to walk cats down. Fuck out of here, dude. Fuck out of here. That dude is a B-level athlete, man. Dude, that motherfucker is a B-level athlete. And not only is he not that fucking skilled, he's not that talented. That dude, there's some talented fighters in the world. Dillian Whyte is not one of them, dog. Okay? So how you motherfuckers kept this motherfucker way up there at the top of these rankings? This exposes you, Ring. This exposes Ring Magazine. Hey, he ain't the only motherfucker to get knocked out. Your opinions got knocked out. You had that motherfucker ahead of Deontay Wilder. Like, what the fuck should this motherfucker be ahead of Deontay Wilder for? Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. What the fuck? That's your number one guy. You're telling everybody he'll beat everybody. So why the fuck does he go below Dillian Whyte? Who the fuck did Dillian Whyte beat? Dillian Whyte lost to the number 2 guy by rough knockout. And you know he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. But you put Dillian Whyte up above him, huh? Wow. Man, I love boxing. I love boxing for days like this. When payback just comes, like, there you go. Because you fucking fraudulent, dog. You fraudulent. Half the motherfuckers over there testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. The other half playing with their fucking gloves. Now, I know you got some straight-up ones, I hope. You know, some fighters I'm looking forward to see, like Danny Dubois. Now, go ahead and start talking about Danny Dubois and bringing up Danny Dubois and get Dillian Whyte the fuck up out of there. There you go. Now, Dillian, goodbye. Because we can start talking. If you're going to hype somebody, hype Danny Dubois. At least he looks like he's got some talent, dog. Dillian Whyte's a buster, man. And you talked all that shit, too, just to get knocked the fuck out. And you thought you were winning, too. Oh, yeah. Got this shit. What? Mouth all fucking crooked. What? Man, I'm happy. Juniper B said Wilder offered Whyte 2 deals, and the WBC and IBF ordered mandatories, and Whyte ducked all 3. Tony Blow, you need to shut up. Wish Marcellus catches him. Oh, look, man. Here's the thing, man. I'm gonna sound bad when I say this, but I mean to sound bad when I say this. Okay, I do. The universe bends towards justice, dog, and your fucking fighters are not that good. Okay? You guys can keep blowing these motherfuckers up to the top of the earth by making all kind of have Sky Sports make videos about them, get IFL TV, interviewing them every other day. And I like IFL TV. You got a really good media. You got a great way to get the message out over there in the UK. But, dog, your fighters are not that good. Okay? And Dillian Whyte just showed what I've been saying. Your fighters aren't that good. Anthony Joshua got knocked the fuck out by Andy Ruiz. Your fighters aren't that good. Even you don't think your fighters are that good because you say Deontay Wilder's a fucking bum. So if Deontay Wilder's a bum, that means there's no fucking body in the UK is worth shit. You hear me? If Deontay Wilder's a bum, that means nobody in the UK is worth shit. Because who have they beaten? Who have they beaten? Dillian Whyte's garbage. He just got knocked the fuck out by Povetkin. Anthony Joshua's garbage. He got beat the fuck up by Andy Ruiz. And that ain't never going to go away. It's still there. I got the tape. And only person Tyson Fury beat was another 40-year-old Vladimir Klitschko, and he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs before the fight. And that's it, because Deontay Wilder, according to you, ain't shit. So now that Dillian loses, what is there to say? Nothing. You don't have anything. Unless you give Deontay Wilder his credit and start saying, yeah, Deontay Wilder's the real deal. See, because if you were real people, if you weren't just fucking assholes and wanted to talk all that shit, yeah, I'm doing fan stuff today. If you weren't assholes and wouldn't talk all that shit, glass de glass, eye for an eye, you got that. If you all weren't just such fucking assholes so much, we could chalk it up to, hey, man, it was a nice punch. It was a bad day at the office. It's a bad day at the office. No biggie. It's a bad day at the office. Dillian will be back. You know, he'll be a I could do that if y'all weren't just such assholes. You know what I mean? Y'all talk bad about Deontay Wilder every day for 3 months. Making up shit. When he wouldn't say nothing, you would make shit up. Make shit up. Deontay Wilder blamed it on his helmet. Can you believe he blamed his legs being worn out on his headgear? Oh, what a sore loser. What a sore loser. His career is over. He's nothing but a bum. He's never beat anybody but bums. He's over and over and over and over and over and over again. He's never beat anyone in the top 10. He evades his taxes. All kind of shit you was talking about Deontay Wilder. So people can't give Dillian no pass, man. No pass is being given out, dog. No pass is being given out. And Dillian's bitch ass didn't even do Black Lives Matter. So he don't even get no AJ pass. Where's He should have been out there at Black Lives Matter recruiting some fucking some fans. Raggedy ass. Trash Whites, Francis Ngannou, MMA sleeps him in two. Hey, man, that's where he can take his ass to MMA, dog. Adewale M said, Dillian Whyte is a certified bum. Salute to the chat and the Don Fannon. Much love in that super chat, man. Look, we got 600 people in the building. Can we get the likes over 500, please? It would be great. Please don't just, don't just hang out and not, celebrate. Fannon, I wish I'll watch the rest on replay because I work at night. The DMV sends shots out to the chat. My Howard, you brother. Fannon, stay up, champ. Yes, sir. Dre's finest. You stay good, man. Thank you. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you, sir. And we'll check you out. We'll check you out tomorrow because we'll be back. Yeah. Also, White used to kickbox. Yeah, take his ass over there and introduce to Dewey Cooper. Oh, but the gloves, let him come to the United States, go fight Dewey. Oh, you know what? Go to Crunk Gym. That's what Dillian needs to do. You need to come to Crunk Gym. And you need to train with Tyson Fury. Extend your glove about an inch. Get some. Man, that shit was funny with them going through them gloves, though. Hey, man. He's trying to get over, dog. I love it, man. I love it. Blah, 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 at Dillian Whyte. What's that? White used to do kick. Yeah, so let his ass do that. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Do that. But yeah, man, but since you guys are such jerks, can't do it, man. Can't do it. You guys can't have a break, dog, because you guys act like jerks, man. People would have been friendly with Anthony Joshua. Liked Anthony Joshua. Till y'all started acting like jackasses. like people had to make like a counter revolution to the amount of shit talk y'all guys do. The absolute worst fan base to deal with these fucking fighters, man. You guys are not fair at all to Deontay Wilder at all. And now you've seen both your boys, Dillian Whyte and AJ, both laid the fuck out. Both laid out. And not one quit up against the ropes. Quit. Wasn't no towel, right? Wasn't no towel with a turnaround. Hey, hold on. Why'd you stop the fight? Deontay Wilder didn't want to stop the fight. He wanted to keep fighting. Had the towel thrown in. AJ quit. Literally quit. Deontay Wilder fought a motherfucker with little to no fucking padding in his glove and still didn't get slapped with an uppercut like that. Still didn't wind up doing his neck like that, getting his neck stretched and flopping out. But Tyson Fury, who's somebody else that you talk so much shit about, and don't forget, you talked a lot of shit about Tyson Fury too. A lot of shit about Tyson Fury. Before Tyson Fury had the Deontay Wilder fight, when Tyson Fury was weighing 400 pounds and all of that shit, y'all AJ and Dillian Whyte fans were talking more shit than a little bit about him too. More shit than a little bit, man. I mean, damn. Everybody, man. And now you took this L, sit on that L. It's enjoyable to watch you sit on this L. The only thing better, because y'all better say y'all prayers that Deontay Wilder does not knock out Tyson Fury. You better pray that people are wrong about the fact that they saw no padding in them gloves and that Tyson Fury isn't allowed to do neck holds and chokes and WWE tactics. You better hope that shit don't change. You better hope. Because if Tyson Fury loses and Pulev loses, you close, right? We had all them belts, and to remind you too, the United States had all the belts last year. Deontay Wilder had the WBC. Andy Ruiz had all the rest of them. Then AJ won. Then Tyson Fury won. And now you have all of them. Dog, don't act like we couldn't be sitting here in a conversation in 2020 in 2022, January of 2022, and be laughing at you. Like, Tyson Fury's ass got popped for PEDs again. Or, Tyson Fury got his ass knocked out by Deontay Wilder, and Pulev got knocked out by Anthony Joshua got knocked out by Pulev. Because don't act like it can't happen, because those fighters are not that good. Not that good. Okay? That's not no shit like you're gonna see with like Terrence Crawford. Dude, Terrence Crawford ain't just gonna get, I don't think his ass just gonna get knocked out by just some 40, like Manny Pacquiao. Not even Manny Pacquiao. What's the 40-year-old version of a welterweight right now? Robert the Ghost Guerrero? You know what I'm saying? That's who Povetkin is. He's like Robert the Ghost Guerrero or Victor Ortiz. Like, Deontay Wilder ain't about to, Terrence Crawford ain't about to get knocked out by Victor Ortiz. He ain't about to get knocked out by who. He's not about to have some motherfucker who fought. Who did Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight at welterweight? That would be a good one. Like Andre Berto. You know what I'm saying? Like, Terrence Crawford ain't getting knocked out by Andre Berto. Because that is exactly what the fuck just happened to Dillian Whyte. Man, and none of y'all think Povetkin was going to win that fight, dog. Nobody thought Povetkin was going to win that fight. Nobody. None of y'all. I knew he could because he's fucking Dillian Whyte and he's not that damn good. Same thing for Tyson Fury. Y'all slipped up out of there with a win for Tyson Fury by the grace of God. Not by the grace of God, Otto Wallin in the Otto Wallin fight. You remember when he had that big ass gash like that over his eye? He shouldn't have got out of that fight. That shit happened in like the third round. It went 12 rounds with him bleeding profusely. If he was not getting favoritism, that fight would have been called for Otto Wallin. It would have been. It should have been. If people cared about Otto Wallin swallowing Tyson Fury's blood, right? He's gushing it all over the fucking ring, eye flapping in the fucking wind. Don't act like that shit can't happen to Tyson Fury again, dog. He's got stitches this big over his eye. Don't act like that shit can't get popped. It can get popped. It can get popped. But that's why you crash so hard, dog. That's why you crash so hard. And everything is riding on that shit for you. All that shit is riding on them. Because how many champs you got? How many champs you got? Like Deontay Wilder lost, and we kept rolling because all ESPN and Paulie Malignaggi aside, when Deontay Wilder lost, and I'm talking shit as an American fight fan, as an American black fight fan specifically. Deontay Wilder lost. It was a sad day. It wasn't cool. But Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, Gary Russell Jr., Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, Jason Rosario, even though he's a Dominican, but, you know, we'll snatch you up for the sake of the melanin. You get my point? We got plenty of champs. You guys are on like deathbed right now. Because you got you got Jose Ramirez. Because I didn't know Josh Taylor was getting beat up by Chris Kong. I didn't know Chris Kong was giving Josh Taylor that work. Chris Kong. That's what they said in the Telegraph. Chris Kong is a sparring partner for Josh Taylor. And so he knows that he's world class, ready for world class. Because he's competing well with Josh Taylor. Doug, Chris Kong will get his ass laid the fuck out as soon as he comes to the United States, dog. That's a domestic level fighter right there. That's a good fighter, but it's a domestic level fighter. I'm rubbing it in, dog, because I know, because there ain't nothing you can say the day after y'all take an L. Dillian was going to be your champion. Gravy Davey in the building said, I watched the Teddy Atlas interview with Whyte yesterday, which aired 2 days before the fight with Povetkin. It was pure karma. Well, Gravy Davey, much love in that super chat. I will make sure that I go watch that because I needs to see that, dog. I needs to see it. Super chat, that message. Yeah, thank you guys for letting me know, man. I'm just feeling really good about. I got that. Cool, I got it. I think. Oh, Dre's finest. Yeah, I got it. All right, cool. So yeah, man. So look, man. You never said Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson. I forget him sometimes. But Shakur Stevenson doesn't have a belt right now. Technically speaking, Shakur Stevenson is not a champion. Technically speaking. But I didn't want to name every champion. I didn't need to name every champion. You get the point. We got a bunch. We got a bunch. We got a lot. We got a lot. For our boxing to suck and for us to be getting dominated, dog, hey, man, if the Olympics, let me ask you a question, dog. If there was the Olympics and they only gave out gold, they only count gold medals, and the United States got 16 gold medals, the Eastern European, the Ukraine gets 2 gold medals, the UK gets 3 gold medals, who would you say dominated the Olympics? It's a math question. That's what's up, Anthony Holden. Oh, no. Technically, no. Povetkin and D-Ball isn't a championship. No, it's not. It's not. But that tells you how bad they need champions. Because Dillian Whyte ain't shit but a contender. Because Dillian Whyte's a contender. I know he's not a champ. But they acted like it. They acted like it. But I'm just letting you know, he was up there. You know, because Ring Magazine is what counts. Right? Ring Magazine counts. So the Ring Magazine rankings, I mean, those are really what matter. That's what really matters in boxing. Haven't you heard it? It's not the WBC rankings. That doesn't matter. You know, it's not those rankings that matter. It's Ring Magazine because they're so unbiased. They're unbiased. They're owned by a promoter, but they're unbiased. Like, dude, they got a glaring fucking conflict of interest. Both them and ESPN got glaring conflicts of interest, but they're unbiased. Have you ever noticed that? Like one's owned by a promoter and the other one airs fights on their network and they're the unbiased ones? Like, how the fuck does that work? Man, BoxRec just sucks. BoxRec is worse than them. Hold on 1 second. Nah, BoxRec is worse than Ring. I don't like Ring, but BoxRec is a data repository. That's it. It's a search. That's all it is. It's a data repository with a search engine. That's it. None of their rankings matter. None of their shit that they say matters. Because all that shit is somebody put together a formula which is just all that is doing is just documenting your preferences. Right? So it's a person. It's the person said, these are my rules for who I think is best. And then they just pour their data into it. And pop, out comes the answer. It's horse shit. Because BoxRec can't watch a fight. BoxRec can't watch a fight. Which is why you see things like they had Jeff Horn as the #1 welterweight after he beat Manny Pacquiao. Dude, that shit is ludicrous. BoxRec is a UK site. That's why they support it so strongly. I mean, it's a great data repository. But no, people fuck it up when they think they don't understand how those rankings work. They're worse than the Ring because the Ring at least has human beings who can take everything into account. You know, like you can't take ducking into account, right? Like the fact that somebody says Monster Inoue got all these wins against all these people with names in these weight divisions, and therefore he's ranked here because that's our criteria, right? But Gervonta Davis has, you know, his ranking, his people were ranked lower. But watch this. If you're ranking, say you fight at 105 pounds, 108 pounds, and you beat the number one guy in BoxRec's number one guy, right? And you beat his number 5 guy. There's only, in those weight classes, there might only be 20 really good fighters. Like at 105, I suspect that in the world, there might be 20 world-class 105-pound fighters. Right? But if you look at welterweight, there might be 100 of them. You know, 100 world-class welterweights. There's world-class welterweights for days. So where Gervonta, or lightweights. So say Gervonta Davis is fighting guys at lightweight, right? But because the pool is so deep, they're not going to be ranked as high unless they are really, really good. But in the 105, 108, 112, there's so few fighters that you can fight a bum, and that bum could be ranked number 5, number 6. So while take, for example, like a Jaron Ennis might fight a guy at welterweight who is like a number 30 welterweight, but he's a much better fighter than the number 6 minimum weight fighter, because there's not very many fighters. So it's like, no, just fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing about BoxRec. There's nothing about BoxRec where you need to accept their opinion about something. Hell no. And in fact, a lot of times with BoxRec, you need to check their records because their records are wrong a lot. Tyson Fury's record is wrong on BoxRec right now. Tyson Fury's record is wrong on BoxRec, and Christian Hamer's record is wrong on BoxRec because BoxRec has Tyson Fury's record as having, and I'll prove it to you. So this is why you can't trust BoxRec. Listen, this is why you can't trust BoxRec. I mean, completely trust BoxRec. Because they get shit wrong. And I'll prove it to you. Give me 1 second. All right, so let me prove to you BoxRec. All right, you see this? Fight right here. Dang, this Christian Hamer fight. This fight. See, it says Tyson Fury, Christian Hamer. And the outcome they have, 8th round retired, right, for Tyson Fury. See that? That's not right. That's wrong. It's wrong. And I'll tell you why it's wrong. Because the Christian Hamer fight was turned to it. There you go. Christian Hamer was turned to a no contest. Because Tyson Fury tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs after it and served a 2-year suspension. So how can that be right? It's not right. It's not right. And there are other records that are not right. Vasily Lomachenko's record is not right on BoxRec. They're missing 6 fights that took place in the World Series of Boxing. Same thing for Guillermo Rigondeaux. Same thing for Beterbiev. Same thing for a lot of the Eastern Europeans that go fight in the World Boxing Series. They get paid. They're not wearing headgear. They're not wearing shirts. Those are paid fights. Those are professional boxing matches. If you held that exact event in a state in the United States, you would have to get that shit sanctioned. You'd have to get it sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission or the Texas Department of Combat Sports, whatever you call it. No, dude, that's volunteers, man. There's so much misreporting, and there's a lot of misreporting and a lot of lying that goes on in boxing, man. A lot. Like, I'm shocked by how much. Like, y'all acting like Dillian Whyte's a good fighter. He's not. He's never been one. You don't think, and I can't believe you guys actually think that he is. Larry Holmes said these guys all suck. People were laughing at him. Larry Holmes like, nah, none of these guys can fight with us. They're trash. Well, there you go. When you see Larry Holmes get knocked the fuck out with an uppercut, with his hands look like this laid up against the ropes, getting an uppercut. Dog, you got knocked out with an uppercut up against the ropes. Where, motherfucker, you should be expecting an uppercut. That's where they throw. It ain't like he's Gervonta Davis throwing fucking uppercuts in the middle of the ring. Whereas you be like, nah, nobody's gonna lead with an uppercut like that. They'll get countered. No, you expect an uppercut up against the fucking ropes. Yeah. Right where your ass got knocked the fuck out. They're like, well, it was such a tricky punch. Dude, look, man. Oh, Barry the Don. Man, suck a on, Don. Yeah, I think he can fight. You know why I think he can fight? Because he's got over 40 wins. And that's not a lie. That would be a bad opinion if you disagreed. But anyway, I'm not going to give clowns time. You UK dudes got to go ahead and eat it, dog. Eat it. Eat what Dillian been eating, dog. You got to eat some of that crow, dog. You got to eat some of them crow. But you got to eat the crow like Tyson Fury eats his boar. You got to leave the Johnson on, dog. Uncastrated crow for y'all bastards, okay? That's what it is. Y'all got uncastrated crows. However it is them little male crows be doing the jang, that's just going to be on your plate. All that shit talking y'all did. Dillian Whyte. Wild as a bum. Let's go. Where you at, Wilder? Let's go. Get your ass the fuck out of here, dog. Yeah. Y'all sit on that L, dog. Sit on that L. Sit on the L. I was on OG Boxing Talk yesterday trying to be mature about it. Trying to. But I can't. Can't even lie. I can't be. It's too tough. Y'all talk too much smack. But look, man, can we get 500 likes on these UK dudes for Dillian Whyte's L that he got to sit on? What's going on, Brandon House? And what's up for non-Detroit in here? What's going on, man? Brandon House in the building. Thank you, sir. Much love in that super chat, man. Dion Wilder. Dion Wilder. Sitting on another L, huh? And, hey, man, what y'all going to do when the next one comes? Because I'm telling you right now, the shit's coming. Shit's coming. Unless Tyson Fury just retires and tries to cut out like that. He'll do some bitch shit like that. He'll cut out with 26 fights, dog. He'll cut out. I'm out. I never lost. Yeah, but you cheated and popped dirty twice. Nah, dog. You're never going to be held in high regard, dog. Sorry, Tyson. You're a cheater. You sacrifice your good name for wins. That's the record on you. Slim Jim 314 said a lot of people couch coaches, main man. So who's the couch coach? Oh, come about how? What's that? I ain't trying to coach nobody. If you're telling me, I ain't trying to couch coach nobody. I'm just saying, from a boxing fan, I know what I've seen. I've seen it. I've seen people get up against the ropes, and then they try to protect against an uppercut. Because somebody's right next to them. And that slot, if your hands are like this is right there for you. He's so close that I'm not even really sure, like, whether or not Povetkin can really even get a good hook or really put anything behind it straight because he was so close. But this shit, oh, woo! Right on the spot, dog. Right on the spot. Yes, he did, Habib. Whyte got knocked the fuck out. And for such a shit talker. And to talk so much shit. So much. And to have done nothing. To talk so much shit and have yet had done nothing. All beyond he was either going to steal the myth that he was ducking people, right? Like he's been this avoided fighter. No, man. You are not an avoided fighter, Dillian. Dude, you got to fight Joseph Parker, Carlos Takam, Derek Chisora, Alexander Povetkin. You got a lot of fights, dog. You were not out there like you ain't out like Guillermo Rigondeaux being able to pull like maybe one fight a year. This dude, you was fighting on a regular fucking basis, dog. So even to act like you some super ducked fighter. Nah, dude, you eating regularly, dude. You were eating regularly. They put this dude on pay-per-view. And he didn't even have a belt. The best he did was get knocked out. Knocked out for the British Commonwealth belt. And they put that motherfucker on pay-per-view. Dude, this dude in the UK, that is one of the biggest fucking prima donna fucking bums in the history of boxing. I'm trying to think. Since y'all want to make up records and shit, let me make up some records. Dillian Whyte is the biggest fucking hype job failure in the history of the heavyweight division because he talked all that shit and didn't even never even held a belt. How many dudes that ain't never held a fucking belt in the heavyweight division were put on fucking pay-per-views? How many? That ain't even champions. He was just some fake ass heavyweight product put out there as in all of the hype around Anthony Joshua. I actually should say, I'm sorry. No, it's not just Deontay Wilder that there would be no Dillian Whyte without a Deontay Wilder. Forgive me. There would be no fucking Dillian Whyte without Anthony Joshua at all. Because unless people in the UK were really, until they got like they were willing to pay pay-per-views for Anthony Joshua, ain't no way they would have been paying pay-per-views for that trash ass shit. He was the Manny Pacquiao to the Floyd Mayweather, but his ass couldn't fight. But he ain't no Manny Pacquiao. He was along for the ride, dog. You were around for the ride, dog, collecting checks. You don't even fake like somebody took advantage of you either. Made a bunch of money being a bum. Made a bunch of money and you a bum, dog. Am I going too hard on Dillian? He said 100% facts and I live in the UK. White is trash, dog. For real. For real. If there ain't no AJ, there ain't no Dillian Whyte, dog. There ain't no Dillian Whyte without Anthony Joshua. I know Anthony Joshua be looking at his ass like, man, I knocked you the fuck out. I knocked you. First of all, you a bum. I knocked you the fuck out. Like I knocked you to Anthony Joshua already knocked his ass out. Now Povetkin done knocked your ass out. That's half of the fucking top five. Put Dillian Whyte. Matter of fact, I changed my mind. Put Alexander Povetkin, please. Put Alexander Povetkin at number 4. So that could be half of the top 5 knock Dillian Whyte's ass out. How about that? Yeah, let's get the 500 likes, man. We over 500, man. Let's get the 500 likes, man. Come on, man. Hit the like. Seriously, man. Seriously. Dillian, you got knocked the fuck out. In the most satisfying of ways. It was unexpected. You know what I mean? Like, it was unexpected. Like one time, dude, I had this experience where I was in an argument with an ex-girlfriend, right? We were estranged. But I was around her, just around her. And then, but I liked her. I liked her. We were around each other. And all of a sudden, she walks up, doesn't even say nothing, just kisses me. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't jerk away or anything, but I was like, what? Oh, that's what's up. Okay. She doesn't hate me. I felt like, I had an in. You know what I mean? And the rest speaks for itself. That's how I felt watching Dillian Whyte, dog. Except for it wasn't the affection, it was disgust that I felt for Dillian Whyte. Like the entire time he was fighting, I had this, like, this dude's about to beat Povetkin. Looks like he's winning the fight. Yeah, Povetkin does look slow. Yeah, Povetkin does look old. You know what I mean? His suit was too heavy. Dillian Whyte's suit was too heavy. Barry the Don. Dog, sit on this L, man. Sit on this L. Corny ass jokes about some shit somebody made up about Deontay Wilder 6 months ago. Excuse me. Yeah, 6 months ago. Ain't getting you out of Dillian Whyte's ass getting knocked the fuck out. It's not gonna. It's not gonna solve the problem, man. You're not gonna change and put this on Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder did not get knocked out by a 41-year-old man. He did not get knocked out by a 41-year-old man with an uppercut that everybody and their mama should have saw coming. And I don't want to hear nothing about, it was some special tricky shot like what Canelo did to, no, it was not, dog. It was a uppercut. It was a basic run-of-the-mill uppercut. He didn't set it up. He didn't trick him. He laid his ass out with that uppercut. Okay, I watched it. I didn't see nothing. Little paw. Yeah, let me put your hand here. Here's my hand over here. Yep. And a slow-ass uppercut that got all of his shit. He lifted his neck up like, he looked like, Nah, dude. Deontay Wilder's not getting hit with that uppercut, dog. You cannot distract from the fact that Dillian Whyte got laid out by a 41-year-old man with a shot. I could have swore he looked at the shot, too. He looked like this. Damn, here's an uppercut. And got stretched. Dafu says, salute Fannon. How crazy would things be if Povetkin tests positive for PEDs? It wouldn't be. They were both on juice. They were both juicing. The only question is, which one got away? Are both of them going to get away with it? That's it. Are both of them going to get away with it? That's it. Ain't no, was Povetkin on juice? Was Whyte on juice? No, I'm assuming they were. And if Dillian Whyte doesn't test positive, we already know it don't matter. It don't matter. Dillian Whyte tested positive, and they let him fight. Nobody would have been any of the wiser. Dillian Whyte probably does test positive, but it don't matter. They just don't say anything about it. No, that's the UK. They don't care about no performance-enhancing drugs over there. They don't even pretend it, dude. Tyson Fury said he ate uncastrated boar meat, served a 2-year suspension, a backdated 2-year suspension, and still claims he never got caught. He never took performance-enhancing drugs or never got caught taking performance-enhancing drugs. Him and his brother, Oogly. Come on, man. And still no B sample. They both tested positive. I assume they test positive. But they just got to go to a doctor's note. I mean, can't Rabinski get a doctor's note if he tests positive? And they got all kind of new shit, so he'll just have some shit. When was the last time some new drugs came out? Some new banned drugs came out? Because, Povetkin stays a little bit ahead of the curve on that. I don't think Povetkin's going to pop dirty. But he'll be on some shit for sure. Exactly. Black Samurai said, juicing is so normal for the UK, it seems like part of training. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Okay, y'all in them gyms, y'all ain't fooling nobody. Not fooling anybody. They might not care, but you ain't fooling nobody. Andy Johnson, Fannon, did you see that Sky Sports took down videos of the knockout video? took down videos off their channel or off other people's channels? I mean, they own the property. I have it right here, though. Ooh, I have it right here, dog. I got it right here. Right here. But, you know, I'll respect their copyright, but I can at any point in time, dog, just go right over here. I made sure I had this on file. Oh, yeah. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's almost pretty enough to get a strike on, dog. Yeah. It's almost pretty enough to be like, you know, I don't mind getting a strike. I don't like strikes, but I never get them. But wow. Bah! Boop, 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 boop. That ain't no copyright violation because I made a comment on it, homie. I made a comment on it, dog. I just made a comment on it, dog. That's well within my rights. That's well within my rights there. That's like 3 seconds. Bow. And it was commentary, dog. It was commentary. Whoop! You know I was going to show that for a second. For a second? Dog, that ain't even no violation, dog. That's an accident. I'll take the video down. Whoo-wee, dog. I should do a reaction video, a short one, and put it on Twitter. That was short, man. I didn't show the fight. Did BFTB get it taken down or something? I didn't. Oh man, he said I should put it there. Nah, I don't do too much of that, dog. I just gave you a little snippet because I know that somebody I don't want to violate their copyright, dog. That was commentary though. That was commentary only. I just made a little quick statement. Bow! That's what I said. Because that motherfucker got so knocked out. Come on, man. Let's get to eight likes, man. Come on, man. Hit the likes up, man. Let's get to 500 likes, man. I need 500 likes in my life. Baratheon, bury the Don, dog. Your boy got slept. Your boy got slept. Slept. That's better than any Deontay Wilder. Hey, that shit is better than that's any of your Tyson Fury highlights in Fight 3. You ain't getting no shit like that. You ain't getting no shit like that. You ain't getting no shit like that. Said, that ain't no strike, fam. No, that ain't no strike. Not that. That's a short one. That was a little itty bitty. What's going on, Bob? Man, what's going on, Blood? Said there's no reason to meet the WBC demands. Whyte ain't nothing without the rematch. Oh, for sure. But he ain't the one. Hey, the WBC came out, Blood. They said they ain't honoring that. They don't give a shit. They said, man, dude, there ain't no timetable for the mandatory or who it's going to be right now. He lost his mandatory. When they said there was going to be a rematch clause, and man, fuck all, you can't rematch for a mandatory. Okay? You're not the mandatory anymore because you lost. That doesn't make the dude that beat you, the mandatory. Just means you got your ass whooped. Like, that's all that means. You got your ass whooped. Now you're not the mandatory. Okay? Shit changes. Now they get to put a mandatory that they want up, and they don't want you as the mandatory, dog. They don't want you as the mandatory, homie. They don't want you as the mandatory because, dog, They want Andy Ruiz gonna be the motherfucking mandatory. Fuck that. They're gonna be like, hell no, Andy Ruiz couldn't be this mandatory. Kidding me? Don't you know? We the WBC. Andy Ruiz about to get a shot, dog, at that belt. We wanted Andy Ruiz to have a shot at the belt against Deontay Wilder, and you wouldn't let him. So, hell no. We're going to put the next motherfucker getting the shot is going to be Andy Ruiz. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. WBC, I might even write a good article about it. Because who else you going to put up there, man? They can get you some money. Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder. Order Andy. That's what they'll do. They'll order Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder for the vacant if they strip Tyson Fury as for trying to duck Deontay Wilder. Because, dog, you got to fight Deontay Wilder, dog. All like yakety yak. They said Povetkin needs to sit his old 40-something-year-old ass down and rest until the result of Wilder Fury. Oh, he's supposed to be fighting Usyk. He got to make that money, dog. They're going to get that gambling money on him and Usyk. Dude, it's perfect. Usyk is going to beat Povetkin. Then Usyk becomes he becomes the next great thing. Because he beat Povetkin. He conquered Povetkin. Something that the great Dillian Whyte could not pull off, you know? Of course, Don. Yes, we know this. We know this. Like we know that Luis Ortiz will beat Alexander Povetkin too. Be a good fight. But Luis Ortiz will beat Alexander Povetkin and he will beat Dillian Whyte. And also, can we please put on notice that being a fat heavyweight don't mean you can't get your ass knocked out? Those are the same. Both those dudes, neither one of those heavyweights are any bigger than Muhammad Ali or Ken Norton or any of them, except for the fact that they're toting around a bunch of fucking muscle that they got from juicing up. They're the same size dude, man. Usyk ain't beating Fury. Dog, look, let me tell you, man, nothing will surprise me. Nothing will surprise me. Nothing. I don't think any of these heavyweights are that good, man. Tyson Fury got his eye opened up by Otto Wallen, dude, and is lucky that he was allowed to continue with that fight. In the first Deontay Wilder fight, he was lucky to be allowed to continue to fight in that fight. Dog, third time's a fucking charm, dog. Okay? That the next one, it ain't gonna go his way. Right? At this point in time, I'm gambling. Nah, the next time somebody puts you flat on your back, dog, you ain't getting out of that. Or the next time somebody gashes your eye all the way open like that, they're not gonna allow you to do that, man. Yeah, dude, they Black Samurai, exactly. I fuck all this modern heavyweight shit with Dillian Whyte getting laid out by Povetkin like that. And the steroids don't help your chin, apparently. We need 200. We need a weight class because guys are weighing 280. They're weighing 280 because they're juicing. Okay? They're weighing 280 because they're juicing. How about you enforce performance-enhancing drugs? You know, a zero tolerance on performance-enhancing drugs. And these heavyweights will be back to going into the ring at 210, 215, 220 pounds. You know what I mean? They'll be right back in there, especially guys that are not 6'8", 6'9". But there's really not that many guys that are any good, that are that damn tall. You know? Anyway, man, much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank you guys so much for your support on the channel. I will check you out tomorrow. Make sure you guys go to KQKC Boxing, who's coming up next. And with that, we out. Peace. And shout out to Blood Boxing. Thank you for coming to the show yesterday. Peace.